News 25 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Parum's optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, area schools have a plan to get students up and moving, and the Fall Festival draws a huge crowd during some high winds. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Physical education teachers take part in a new training program for our youth. It's Monday, September 30th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, the Nye County School District has been chosen to participate in a program offered by the NFL that focuses on students receiving 60 minutes per day of physical activity.
So when we talk about Play 60, most of you guys have heard about Play 60 at some point, but we find across the nation that there is some misunderstanding of what Play 60 is. So to define it, Play 60 is just the NFL's initiative to make sure that kids are active, either moderately or vigorously, for at least 60 minutes every single day.
The NFL Play 60 program is engages with health and fitness and healthy activities for students in the NFL networks. We were chosen, we were selected through the Las Vegas Raiders coming into the area for their NFL team. They reached out to us and asked our district if we'd be interested in engaging in this project. They'll do an assessment early on this fall and do some activities that are presented by NFL 60, Play 60. And as they go through the course of the time of the activities and projects that they pick through this program, then they'll do an assessment in the spring and look at what kind of growth or gains that the students had. Well, I haven't seen the actual assessment myself yet, but whatever's assessed in the fall will be reassessed in the spring to see if there's increases or decreases in whatever areas assessed in their health and fitness areas. We've seen that nationwide with a decrease in the health activities. We just want to get kids up and moving and going. That's what the NFL wants, and that's what we want too. We want them to engage in activities that they can be social with each other and competitive, and yet moving around and activating their brains and their bodies. Right now it's only the Pahrump attendance area. I just made an engagement with the Cooper Institute that in the spring we're going to add on the remote rural schools of Beatty, Tonopah, and Round Mountain. So it'll be all the attendance schools in the Pahrump attendance area, and then again in the spring we'll add those other remote rural schools in.
And this will be during the regular physical activity during this regular school day?
Yes, but I was also just reading that there can be after-school activities like the flag football initiative that the NFL has, and there's those opportunities for the schools to apply and get equipment for those kinds of activities. So I could see our after-school safe program at Rosemary Clark. That'd be a good activity for them to engage in. Also our safe school programs at our elementary schools. So there's a lot of opportunity, and that's what I wanted to bring to the physical education part of our curriculum is opportunities. PE teachers are always looking for new initiatives and new opportunities to stimulate kids. Research shows, and that's what the Cooper Institute does, is a lot of research. Healthier students more times are going to be more academically successful than those that are not quite as healthy. And we're always looking for that.
Is there some grant opportunities here?
I think there are. I'm not 100% sure on that. Again, I was looking through the brochure and the packet of the information being provided today, and I just quick text over some pictures of some of the pages that I had, because it also goes in with our nutrition for our schools. Yeah. It looks at healthy foods, healthy snacks, things that are good for kids that they can use throughout the day. So we're looking at how can we capitalize on our efforts that we're already doing with 100% free and reduced meals across our district and with the NFL Play 60 program, and make them work together for the betterment of our kids. We are started right now. The start was the commitment by me as a champion for the area of the Raiders, and coming in and looking at the opportunity for our district and for our kids and for our staff.
Looks like it's going to be an exciting year. Well, thousands attended this weekend's annual Pahrump Fall Festival. The 55th annual Purim Fall Festival was held Thursday through Sunday at Petrick Park. The festival featured a car show, arts and crafts, a horseshoe tournament, vendors, carnival rides, entertainment, games, giveaways, a rodeo, and a parade. The festival started Thursday night with vendors and the entertainment stage warming up. Friday and Saturday featured the rodeo in the McCullough Arena. Saturday morning was the parade on Highway 160 traveling from Oxbow South to Dandelion Street. This year's Grand Marshal was Linda DeMeo. The theme of this year's festival was Oktoberfest. Over the dozens of parade entrants, including judged and unjudged, the Grand Marshal pick was Faith Fellowship. Best of show was Nevada Dance Center. Best of theme was Pahrump Disability Outreach Program. Best out of town, Bonanza High School Army JROTC. And People's Choice starts today, Monday, September 30th. You can vote online at Local Pahrump on Facebook. That's facebook.com/News41. Prize money was provided by William Lyons Homes. The Chamber of Commerce has held the Fall Festival for the last 5 years on behalf of the town. Their contract is up for renewal this year. Headed up by Donna Corey, the festival was packed on Friday night and Saturday. Unfortunately, high winds with gusts up to 55 miles per hour interfered with some of the weekend's activities, as well as sound and equipment issues with the entertainment stage. This caused a backup of the bands and moved a lot of the free games and giveaways to Sunday. The sound crew that was originally scheduled for the festival dismantled their equipment, and new equipment was installed on Saturday afternoon. Some of the highlights of the Pahrump Fall Festival's entertainment stage was the talent show and the pet competition. There was, of course, lots of eating contests, including watermelon and pie eating. Inside McCullough Arena was mutton busting, barrel racing, team roping, ranch brock riding, bull riding, and mini bull riding. Brought to you by Outlaw Bronx. Davis Amusements, originally stationed out of Pahrump, brought in their best carnival rides. And inside the Bob Roode Community Center was, of course, arts and crafts, which included food and horticulture and fiber arts. Thank you to all this year's Pahrump Fall Festival vendors, entertainers, volunteers, and of course the Nye County Sheriff's Office and all staffs and participants. See you next year at the Pahrump Fall Festival. All right, more news right after this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Pahrump Cardiology, located at 1397 South Loop Road in Pahrump, Nevada. Call 775-210-8333 for an appointment. Dr. Tali Eric, proudly serving Pahrump since 2005.
Welcome back. Well, the Department of Motor Vehicles will release 2 new charitable license plates on Tuesday, October 1st. The Forever Strong plate is being released on the 2nd anniversary of the Route 91 Harvest Festival shooting in Las Vegas, which is tomorrow. The plate will raise funds for the Las Vegas Resiliency Center, which continues to assist victims of the tragedy 2 years ago. The STEM license plate will promote education in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics through grants to nonprofit organizations. The grants will be awarded by the Nevada Governor's Office on Science, Innovation, and Technology and a STEM Advisory Council. Well, another automaker is being fined for allegedly conveying misleading information in today's business news.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, tensions with China are once again on the minds of traders and investors. On Friday, shares of Micron plunged, dragging down the chip sector. Micron warns that business with Huawei is way down due to the trade war. Fiat Chrysler will pay $40 million for misleading investors. The SEC charges the automaker used a series of fraudulent moves to falsely report new vehicle sales. Mylan Labs will pay $30 million to settle with the SEC. The drug maker is accused of hiding from investors the financial impact of a 2-year federal probe into how Mylan overbilled the government for its EpiPen allergy treatment. Wells Fargo is naming Charles Sharp as its new CEO and president effective October 21st. Sharp comes from the Bank of New York Mellon.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks, Angela. Well, the results of a court hearing in Las Vegas before a Clark County District Court judge placed an injunction prohibiting businesses who won conditional state recreational marijuana licenses last December from opening dispensaries. As of April 1st, Nevada had 65 recreational marijuana stores, and 62 of those stores are in 2 counties. There's 49 in Clark County and 13 in Washoe, 2 in Carson City and 1 in Pahrump, which is Nye County. The ruling says that Nevada's marijuana regulator, the Department of Taxation, failed to conduct background checks on applicants, hired untrained temporary employees, and more. Now, a judge has softened that ruling, allowing more than a dozen new dispensaries to open here in the state in the coming weeks. 10 lawsuits are pending and are expected to go before the Supreme Court. Plaintiffs argue that they were harmed because the process of ranking and choosing winners from among 462 applications was riddled with mistakes and bias. The judge agreed that the plaintiffs and the state had lowered the bar on the background checks from what was approved by voters in 2016, and that personal relationships between applicants and state employees had a bearing on the licensing process. She also said that the state did not do a thorough job of vetting applications before compliance. Nevada State Governor Steve Sisolak said he is overhauling the system that was put in place before he took office. Sisolak also signed a bill that removes confidentiality provisions on certain marijuana license application data. He also pointed to another bill he signed, AB 533, which calls for the creation of new cannabis compliance board to regulate the industry that was modeled after the Nevada Gaming Control Board. News 25 will return on the other side of this break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Well, a man who police say was high on drugs was arrested after he allegedly exposed himself to a female inside her home.
Patrol members be advised.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office has arrested an individual by the name of Aaron Williams. According to the declaration of arrest, on September 23rd, deputies were dispatched to Horizon Market on South Linda Street in reference to an individual who was causing some type of disturbance. Upon arrival, the reporting party stated that the person had left the area and was last seen traveling northbound on Linda Street on foot. The male was described as a black male adult, about 6 feet tall, with dreadlocks, wearing a black shirt and black pants. Dispatch relayed to officers in the area that a female had called that she had reportedly voluntarily allowed inside her home who was asking for water. After he entered the house, the suspect allegedly pulled down his pants, exposed his penis, grabbing it and showing it to her. She told him to get out, and the suspect left the home. Officers say that they then made contact with an individual matching that description in the passenger seat of a green Dodge Ram. The male then exited the car. Officers report that he was sweating profusely, talking uncontrollably about various subjects, and then began to rap incoherently. They say that he appeared to be highly stimulated and were concerned that he may be under the influence of methamphetamine. Law enforcement says that the subject said that he was an alien and predator and asking the officers to feel his dreads. While detaining the suspect in handcuffs and doing a pat-down of his person, they say that they found a cylindrical object with a bulbous end in his right front pocket. When retrieving the item, the object was revealed to be a methamphetamine pipe. During a records check of Williams, police say that he showed an active nationwide full extradition warrant out of the Superior Court of California out of San Bernardino for absconding. Aaron Williams was then arrested and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center and is facing charges of under the influence of a Schedule 1, 2, 3, and 4 controlled substance, indecent exposure, and use or possession of drug paraphernalia. And a Pahrump woman was taken into custody following a reported domestic dispute.
On August 20th, Elizabeth Bryant Christensen was arrested for domestic battery and intercepting, interrupting, or delaying a message via phone. On August 20th, the Nye County Sheriff's Office received a call of a domestic dispute at an address on West Galley Road. According to the reporting person, their girlfriend of 3 years who was identified as Elizabeth Bryant Christensen, was acting strange, and he explained that she has a previous history of alcohol abuse and narcotics abuse. In the report, it says that when the boyfriend confronted her about her behavior, she admitted to him that she was using crystal meth again. There allegedly was a verbal argument between Elizabeth and her boyfriend in which she threw a glass bottle at him, striking him with it, and that's when he decided to call 911 to report the incident. The boyfriend also states that when he was attempting to call 911 with his cell phone, Elizabeth had come over to him and attempted to take the phone away from him to prevent him from making the call. In the reports, it states they began to struggle for the cell phone, and in that struggle, she was allegedly punching him in his stomach to get the phone from him. Eventually, he let the phone go and then borrowed the phone from Elizabeth's son, which was when he was able to make the call to 911. As deputies arrived on scene, they attempted to locate Elizabeth first inside the house and then in the vehicles around the property, but they were not able to find her, as the boyfriend said that she was allegedly hiding inside the trunk of her vehicle. As they arrived on scene again, she allegedly attempted to hide once more, but the deputies located her. According to the report, she claimed that they had a verbal argument with each other and that it was over him having an affair. She stated that she took his phone from him because he was attempting to take her phone. She denied that she knew where the phone was and said that she dropped it in the grass area. Deputies say that when they called the cell phone to locate it, it was buried in a flower pot. Elizabeth Bryant Christensen was then arrested and transported to the Nye County Detention Center.
Well, it's almost the political season. The Nye County Republican Central Committee is having a kickoff party for the upcoming elections.
October the 12th at 4:30 at the Treasures RV Resort over at the north end of town. We're going to be holding our annual Reagan Night Dinner, and tickets are $70 online at Eventbrite, eventbrite.com, and you can buy tickets at the door. However, at the door we're asking $75, and it's going to be no checks, just cash and PayPal. Our keynote speaker, thank you, Tina Trinner, for setting this up, is going to be Trevor Loudon. And he is a public speaker, blogger, and an author. So we're very excited to hear about him. Dinner is going to be served at 6 o'clock, and it is fish, salmon, potatoes, salad, and it's all supplied by Mark's Grill. So those of you who know his cooking, it's very good. Also, they're having, for meat lovers, it's going to be a ribeye, and it starts at 6 o'clock, and we've also going to have a raffle and a silent auction. So there's going to be a few items that are going to be for silent auction. So our Congressional District number 4 they're going to be attending, so we were going to give them a certain amount of time so that they can mingle and speak to people. And cocktail hour is 4:30 till 5. They can contact me either by my cell phone, 775-225-3995, or call the Central Committee office, or they can go online. We're starting to really push out our website now, so if they have any questions, just give me a call and I'll help them out.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, I'm excited to see what it looks like outside right now on that WeatherCam. We had so much high winds this weekend. My voice is ruined. I have sand going on there or something. We're going to find out more with our weather forecast right after this break.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
All right, surrounding areas: Las Vegas, high 79, 53 is your low. Death Valley, 85, 57. Amargosa, 73, 45. Beatty, 68, 42. Goldfield, 60 is your high, 29 as your low. Tonopah, 56, 28. Getting down there in Carson City to 53, 26. Fallon, 56, 29. And Fernley, 54 degrees is your high, 30 as your low. Sunny skies here today, currently 72 degrees, your high of 73. Winds out of the south at 11 miles per hour with humidity at 11%. Sunrise 6:38 this morning. Tonight, clear skies with your low of 46. Winds out of the southeast at 8 miles per hour. Humidity 21% and sunset 6:29. Your 7-day forecast shows clear skies. We're in the 70s, going up to the 80s. By the end of the week, we'll be all the way up to 88. And, of course, your lows in the high 40s to all the way up to 60 by next Monday. And that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.